So shifting back to the analytics side of things, how did you become this expert, this authority? You were just in not one, but two Real Deal print edition articles.
Yeah.
Your face.
They made a cartoon of me. Did you see?
I loved it.
I know.
It was awesome. I was reading it last Saturday. I'm like, I know I'm going to be talking
that
about
was the
this.
best. It was an article. It was a cartoon with a volcano of cash. I'm like, this is fantastic. Yeah.
It was amazing. But teach me, how do you become known as that, as an expert, an authority, that they turn to you?
Right. Yeah, that's a great question. So people have to trust you. Like that's like point number one. Like they have to trust you, and like they trust you if they. People aren't stupid. Reporters are very smart, and I think a lot of people like think they can play reporters or they have some angle they're working, whatever it is. People feel that. Everyone feels that. So I think like point number one, you have to really like. They know I'm not going to lie to them. Like I'm just not. Like I've put out stuff that was contrary to what other people were saying. Like I'm not lying to them. So like whatever they're getting from me is 100%. Like I could have. I mean, no one's infallible. I could make a mistake. That's a separate point, right? If you catch my mistake, tell me. Like we'll rectify it. But I'm not going to spin and I'm not going to lie to them. And then and I make a real point of showing trends, because you can't hide that either. So if you present stuff in like, you know, this year versus last year, small time frames, if you cherry pick like that, you could twist stuff however which way you want.
100%.
Yeah. But if you show a whole cycle and you make a point of like really being transparent in what it is that you're looking at, and you distill it down to like the main variables, like the main points that are driving it, and make it simple and clear, then like there it is. Like it's the truth.
Right.
And then people believe you too.
Right. It's interesting though, because I have an issue where I send a potential client a site and they look at the demographics and they say, no, this doesn't match our core. Why are you sending this? And it's really hard to explain that you're looking at data maybe in the wrong way. And I'm not trying to manipulate it, but you have to recognize that there's growth at crazy pace, that things change, and you don't know it until you see it, until you walk it.
Correct.
So what sets of data are you focused on?
Oh, what I publish like on my site, like for like free for everybody that's out there, is just Resi, South Florida. And I used to publicly publish hospitality, but I stopped making that public. I just do that when I work with people. But that, because that's like I started making that publicly available because I felt like people should have it, because for your average, for your typical person, their home, their purchase of their house is their biggest asset. It's really important. And so like that's their biggest asset usually, and it's where they live. So it's double important. And so it kind of behooves us to try to bring some clarity to what's happening and communicate the market in a clear and concise, easily understood manner. I just thought it was the right thing to do, because I was kind of disheartened by some stuff I was seeing 5 years ago in the press. And so I was like, we're looking at the same data, what? And so I started putting it out, and then it kind of just went from there.
Amazing.
And now in this case, it's really telling the numbers there are really telling the story of what's happening in the region. It's amazing. It's like the spike that's happened. It's just the influx of people and money, capital, intellectual capital, all kinds into our region has just been tremendous, and it hasn't slowed down the first 2 months of this year.